I have sorted through everything. I've pulled out 43 pieces, probably out of this. Ended up with 56 orders. It's dead quiet. It's absolutely ridiculous. Super frustrating, and I'm saying, like, this is the reality of it. Is essentially the TLDR of this video. If you didn't watch the entire video, like that's basically how it is. Folks, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, that is going to look completely different to how you build yours. I've been building this business over the last almost 4 years. This is my 4th year, and we started from zero. We started from scratch. We've been figuring out along the way, and each week I like to document what that journey looks like, talking about the decisions and the different things that I'm doing to continue to make my business a little bit better each week, one day at a time. So come along for that journey. This week has been, look, it's been an interesting week. We do recap on how we went for our first market. We go through some interesting data points that I've kind of like been accumulating over the last 4 years and how that plays back to with the storage units and the growth that we've seen in the last 1 year. But also there's plenty of surprises and plenty of things that do happen this week. You know, it's never a dull week or a never dull day. So come along for that journey if you want to see the week point of view of me building my reselling business. Now, this is the start of something which is going to be for the next 5 to 10 years. We're really only at the tip of the iceberg. So some of the things I do will look different to how you're doing yours, but that's okay because you're doing yours and I'm doing mine. If you do have any questions along the way, please, by all means, please ask, put the comments down below. I'll do my best to incorporate them into next week's video or another video. And if you do stick around to the end, we do have the lessons learned that I've learned personally for the week, and also I'll take you through the financials for the week and also where we're currently landing for the month of November 2024. Let's get into it, folks. And just like that, it's a new week. It's Monday morning. It is just about 8 o'clock. Heading into the unit, got to unpack everything from the market, and I know you're probably all wanting to know how do we go for the market. I'll talk about that later. Today is a big day because I've got to unpack everything from the market, put it into the storage unit. I've actually got a podiatrist appointment midday, so I'm going to undo all the unpacking, and then I've got to do a pick, pack and post, which we actually had a pretty good weekend. We're on 49 orders, which is good. We're back up there. And then also the afternoon will just kind of be finishing off any postage and all that kind of stuff. So kind of business as usual in that sense for a Monday, busy as normal. But yeah, it'll be a bit of a job to get everything out of the out of the van and into a nice sequence of positioning in the new storage unit, which I haven't necessarily thought about yet. So that's that. Do have photographer one in today. They'll be doing photos. So just kind of continuing on standard process. No washing, pickup or drop off today. I think that's probably going to happen on Thursday. It's been a while. Other than that, it's just get straight into it, get back to it, start from zero again. I've done 40 listings this morning already. Didn't have to leave too early, which makes it a bit easier. So yeah, I'll see you in there. I'll take you through all the details in the market, and all right, the unpacking begins. We'll clean all this up, don't you worry. You ready? We got this, we got this, we got this. You ready? And there we go, all done. Only thing I just got to put in here is the marquee, which is still down in the van, so that will go here. Should just fit. I might have to push that a little bit that way. But this actually fits really well. Again, apologies, it's a bit dark in here, you can't really see. But this is listed market. That's well, that could probably actually stack a bit more up on there, but that's all market now. That's all supplies. That's a little bit of stock that I've got to still sort through underneath there. That's for the rag house, which I realize you can't see any of this that I'm showing you. But yeah, it worked. I'm gonna go grab the final marquee and then get back to doing some actual work. And I've got lots to share with you anyway, so woo. All right, team, we're all done. It took about probably just more than an hour, maybe an hour and 10, hour 15. Fit in there fine. Had to move that across a little bit. All right, I'm going to start a pick, pack and post now. Get cracking on that. Just got to leave here in about an hour and a half, a bit more. Let me show you what we got. All right, so team, we have actually quite a lot to go out. we had some good sales this morning. Someone just came through and purchased 10 pairs of jeans, which is very, very nice. So I'm on 73,708 and we've got 51 orders, but it's a total of 54 unique items, not including multi-quantity items. So yeah, you can say 54. All right, so I'm going to get all this stuff out. It's going to take a little bit, and probably not going to get all this done before I go. So I'll show you some, pack, leave, come back and finish it. Whew. Whew. All right, team, got everything out. I've had a few more sales come while I've been doing it. We've sold lots of train stuff. This is from one of my recent consignees. A lot of multiple orders from one person, which is great. We've got lots of jeans. We've got actually quite a lot of jackets and fleece. I feel like people are purchasing for Christmas at the moment. And today the Black Friday sales have started for eBay. So just like I'm getting a lot of offers and things at the moment, which is great. Some floral stuff is gone. We've got, for some reason, I've had people buying all my Armani and Exchange shirts. Even people message me and asking if I have any, which is really weird. I don't know if something's happened with that brand, but I'll take it. We've got a phone going out, got some comics going out, got a hat going out. Someone has come along and purchased 10 R.M. Williams, did them a good deal. They've paid $200 plus postage. Happy with that. Clears out one whole space in my shelf. We've got this Sass and Bide silk top going out. Yeah, I'm gonna get packing. I've got to leave in an hour, but I'll probably have to finish this when I get back. And yes, I haven't forgotten, I'll talk to you all about the market shortly. Alright team, I did manage to pack everything except for the RMS. I'll do that when I get back, and then if there's any other sales, I'll do that when I get back, and then we'll process them all. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going to talk to you guys about the market while I'm driving to the appointment, and that way you guys can get all the updates. See you in a jiffy. Alright team, we are off to my physio. Just got to get this on the GPS, right? Actually it's not the physio, it is the podiatrist, so just more things to be done to me, I guess. But let's talk about the market. So how did the market go? Now, to be completely honest, the aim of the market was, well, we didn't have any expectation, that was the idea, but we did go assuming that, you know, anything could happen. I had a pretty bold goal to do $1,000, which, you know, I mean, it's definitely possible. We didn't do $1,000. I did break my glasses. That's why I've got this yellow pair as my backup pair. So my orange pairs are, a new pair is on its way. But we had a total of 10 sales. And when I say 10 sales, it was actually a total of 16 items. Because one person did, my first sale was actually my best sale. The person came in and used the deal of buy 5 for 50 and they purchased 5 items. I'm thinking this is great, this is what it's going to be like. And then after that it got pretty slim pickings. But I think the majority that we sold was shirts. We sold about $70 worth. Shoes we sold $10 worth. They were only going for about 10 bucks. And we did sell about $52 worth of toys. Which is surprising, and also I did sell one video game for $2. So very interesting to see the dynamic. Now, in terms of the amount of people that came through, I probably spoke to somewhere between 30 and 50 people. So if I look at it from that ratio perspective, it's probably, yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. Now, I spoke to quite a few people there, of course, that are regulars. They said it was absolutely quiet for normal. It was hot, it was windy, and apparently there was another market on, which is a big market further down the, when I say further down the road, like 20 Ks down the road, maybe 30 Ks. So that, you know, but at the same time, I had no expectations. So I'm very happy with it. I got to use my smart reader card. That was pretty cool. Get some sales with that. The setup was a bit of a tight one. I nearly didn't fit into my spot because there's a tree in the middle of my spot, but we made it work. Very grateful for the staff there, the volunteers that help out. It was good. It was a good day. Long day. We packed up. We finished at 1. Packed up within 30 minutes, which was pretty good. The setup took a lot longer, but now we have a bit of a flow. We have a bit of a vibe of how to do things. To reflect, we'll probably make some changes for next time. pricing, I'm gonna try and stick to the pricing point. I might have a cheaper rack just to bring people in, but I'm gonna probably change the dynamic around where I situate some of the stuff. So I'm gonna have a bit more toys and stuff at the front to draw in the kids. I have a very long inward unit, not a very wide unit. When I say unit, I mean stall. So yeah, but all in all, $134 in total. I'll take that. It's extra revenue that I wouldn't have got. Obviously it was a lot of work. I did have help from Carla. I had my folks come down, they popped in. I even had Bo jumped over as well. He said hi, even purchased some toys as well. So I do appreciate it, mate. And you know, it was a good day. Good day to chat, to communicate, to have some fun. We had some donuts, we had coffee, we had ice cream, we had a bacon and egg sanger or burger. Lots of fun, lots of good vibes. Definitely do it again. I'll be there next month, do it all again. Hopefully, now that I've got a baseline, we'll aim for something a little bit higher. But of course, that's not always the case. We'll just see how it goes. There's a bug on me at the moment, just while I'm driving, so trying to, jeez. Yeah, so if you have any questions about it, let me know. I guess some people are probably thinking the obvious thing is like, I've put a lot of effort and money into this. Yeah, 100%. Obviously I bought the marquee. I didn't just get the storage unit for the market, but now it's being leveraged for the market. Obviously a lot of my effort, a lot of my mum and dad's effort, because they were there. I had Carla there. So, you know, there is obviously those kind of things to take into account, but I'm playing it for the long game. I'll reassess after 3 months of doing this. I think it's, in the long run, it can only get better. I'm actually in a really good position. I'm next to two of the longest, not the longest, but some of the longest stall holders. So everyone knows them. So everyone comes, says hi, and then that's been a great way. And that's actually how I got my first sale, because they came over, they saw, and then, oh, this looks good. And they just purchased a whole bunch of gifts. So yeah, that's that. Any questions, comments, let me know. And I'm sure I'll have more to say on it on a later date. Alright folks, we're back. We've actually had a few more sales come through. Lots of Ralph Lauren, Tommy, and also a pair of shorts and a Land Cruiser manual. So I'm going to pack them up and then get this sorted. And got a few other admin things that I've got to get on top of. Alright, that's all printing. Shockers. Got to pack all, process all this. Ended up with 56 orders. And then this big box here too. Alright team, postage is done. Finally done, actually done. Now I'm going to go through a few little goodies that I got on the weekend. Got a whole more bundle of laptops. I haven't actually looked through these yet. Some Macs and chargers by the looks of it for the Macs and things. Then we got this Lego tub, which has, surprise, some Lego in it. But we also got some toners that we're going to do. I might actually photo these right now. And we got some Lego. Got some jeans actually. I forgot about those. And then we've got lots of Lego in here. So interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure what the go is here. Is this legit? Yeah. Alright, well, we'll go through, have a look, see what's what. Lots of the same pieces. It's like it's come from a Lego business that went flop or something. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what we can find and have a look through. I've got a customer coming here shortly as well. And then it'll be nearly a wrap of the day. More stuff. Alright team, just had a nice little drop off of some more stock. We'll sort that tomorrow. Every dull day. I'm out of here. It is 4:30. Ciao. And folks, just like that, it was Tuesday. Feels like it's already been 4 days for the week. Yesterday was a big day. Just finished up dropping Carla off at the train station. Grabbed myself a cheeky coffee. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:02 I think it is. And we're heading into the unit. So it's going to be a long day today. I'm picking her up from the station later today, probably about 5 or a bit later. That said, today, jeepers, just kind of absorbing everything that's happened yesterday. I had to go to the doctors and got a few things going on, but I'll keep that to myself for now. At the end of yesterday, I had one of my consignees drop off a whole bunch of more stuff, which is good. Like, it's a good problem to have, lots of stuff. So today I need to get in and finish my listings. I've already done 20 for the morning. I'll do another 20, and got a little bit of admin. Just got to pay some invoices and things, because usually I like to pay all my expenses the second half of the month, because that's when my Amex resets. So just that it pushes it out a little bit longer, and just try to manage that cash flow as best as possible. So got a couple of those that I got to do, and then my photographer number 2 will be in today. And yeah, I'm a bit tired, I'm not gonna lie. As you can probably tell, I think yesterday was a big day, just lots going on. And then today I have to then make the decision of what I'm sorting, what I'm photographing for listings. I have probably about a good 15-20 phone bundles to do. I have probably 3 or 4 iPad bundles to do. I've probably got 15 cameras I can do. And then I've probably got about, there must be about 10 laptops now that I'm good to do. So I've got quite a lot there, and then I've got all the other stuff to sort. So I'm gonna have a bit of a think of how I'll tackle this. I do need to do a bit of a arrangement just to get some of the stock in a better position to manage it better, because at the moment it was all just dumped at the last minute last night, just before I was leaving. So need to do that as well. Lots of things. I also want to talk to you guys about the storage unit. You know, not the storage unit that I got in the sense that, like, why I got it. I've already explained that, but actually just give you guys some insight. I mean, I spoke about this last week a little bit around the growth level as I've got a new storage unit, and some of the ratios behind that, and like what the business has looked like as I've continued to grow and required another storage unit. So I'll share that back to you as well. I want to get on that today. Yeah. So lots happening. Let's get into the day. All right, I'm in. Just getting myself set up. Good to have some coffee. So as I was saying, there was quite a lot of stuff. I didn't get to go through it yesterday, but there's all of this. Just as I got this all clean, we're going to start again. So I'll shuffle all this. I'm probably just going to go do some admins first, although this is annoying me, so I probably will want to get on this as soon as possible, and just separate it out for the quick wins and stuff that's maybe not worth it or whatever. That's what we do. So basically, I take it upon myself to figure out, is it worth it, is it not? Make piles of stuff that's good. The other stuff I just give back. So that's a little bit of a process there. There's a whole bunch of Beyblades, some more train stuff. Those are more bags of clothes which will have to be sorted through. There's a few interesting things in here. There's an old Windows 3.1 machine. There's some multi-quantity stuff up here. So there's lots of stuff to do. So never a dull day. Let me get set up, and then we'll do some more chit chat. All right, just finishing off some listings, but one thing I wanted to just touch base on. So I talked about, you know, that I'm going to be changing all this. This was actually on my radar to do today, but I've got to sort all this other stuff first. But what I want to do is reconsolidate a lot of this as well, and then some of it will move into the other unit. Just the stuff that's going to sell, take a bit longer to sell. I mean, if like someone was buying 10 every time like yesterday, then we wouldn't have a problem. But I think ideally, if I can consolidate this down into one shelf and I get all of that, I mean, ideally I want to move all of it, but I don't think it's going to be feasible. We'll see. I'll have a little bit of a shuffle and see what we can do. But yeah, I do actually have that space up there as well. that I keep forgetting about, so I can shuffle some things there too. Interesting. Yeah, just a little update as it pops into my mind. All right, team, I wanted to take you guys through what I was talking about with the storage unit and the growth that we've seen, and kind of how that growth has kind of correlated to us growing with the storage units, with the revenue, and with the sales. The sales is the key point here, because basically on average, we've done $500,000, just over that, which means on average every $100,000 we're basically getting another storage unit, which is a 1-to-1 ratio. But that's not where it's interesting. Is the sales is where it gets very interesting, and I'll have to put this up on screen for you. I'm just going to read it out. But essentially, getting to our first 100,000 sales, our first $100,000 in revenue, which is essentially, we didn't get our first unit until 634 days into the business, and the first $100,000 took us 579 days. So we didn't get into the first unit for, it was quite a long time. Like, it wasn't until a year and 9 months later, really. And we had done about 3,600 sales, and we're averaging about 5.8 per day. And this is where it gets interesting. When we moved to Unit 2, it only took us 263 days to get to it, and only took us just shy of 300 days to get to our next 100,000. And by this time, we had actually done only 3,000 sales, but we were averaging 11.7 sales per day. So we had grown by 5.9 sales per day. Then when we moved to Unit 3, it only took us 266 days to get into that unit. So basically the same amount of time. Our revenue had increased, and we were still only averaging 11.6 sales per day. So we didn't really see any changes there. It was kind of just naturally to make us happen. The main reason we did that was I got the third unit because I moved more stuff over it for non-clothing, and then we started doing all the photographs here. And then Unit 4, this is where it gets extremely interesting. This is the biggest anomaly of all of them. It only took us 76 days to realize I needed the fourth unit, and that's because I started to increase my purchase power around buying 500 kilos at a time. But we jumped from doing 11.6 average sales per day to 14.9 within that 76-day period, which is pretty incredible. And then this final one, unit number 5, which has been about 161 days since we got unit number 4. So not really long, but we've gone from 14.9 sales per day to 20.4 sales per day. So as we've continued to do it, the growth has been real. And as we grow between each unit, on average, we're increasing our sales by 4 every time we have done that. Now, it's not a huge jump, but when we actually look at it, when you play it back, that starts to pay for itself. I actually spoke about this in my newsletter the other night. And if we, I'm being conservative because I'm just trying to be sensible that, I'm not overstating things, because I don't want this to be a reason for someone to go out and get a storage unit. That's not the intention here. But really the intention here is to help you understand my thinking about it, but also helping me understand that it's actually been a really cool journey, and how we got here is obviously been quite interesting. But basically what it works out to be is, on average, if I remove the first unit sales, because it took a while there's no sales correlation to getting unit number 1 because we weren't even in the unit. But on average, basically, we're getting 3.6 more sales per day each time I gain a unit. And with an average ASP, like an average sales price since day 1 of starting the business back in January 11th, 2021, we're averaging around $37.42 per day, per sale, sorry. Which brings us basically that we're earning about $134 extra per day with every unit that we add. And I'm spending roughly about $332 on the unit on average. This is between the 5 per month, which means we're actually getting like a $4,000 per month revenue return on investment increase. which is pretty cool. So it is being leveraged in a way which I thought was quite interesting, and I've shared the graph. You can see it up on screen. Getting to this point, I never really thought about it, how we got here, what it looks like, what that journey has been. Obviously, each unit has had a different level of, reasoning. This one is, the main core of the business. We do the pick, pack, and post in here. This is then overflow, but the idea is this is where we used to sort all the clothing and then do the photos, but then it just became pure photos, little testing station, and being able to just store the excess backlog of clothing to be able to photo. Of course, this one then became overflow and became non-clothing. This used to be all unlisted and listed. Now it's become obviously overflow and non-clothing items. And then this one we purchased purely just to process stuff, mainly the clothing, because we get 500 kilos at a time. And of course, since then things have changed dramatically. I've taken on a lot more clientele. Things of, I'm still probably running a race in catch up of getting on top of things. I probably won't be getting another 500 kilo lot until January, February. I have a lot to get through in here, and I'm really trying to get that happening over the next couple of weeks, because we're getting to the end of the year. Need to make sure I'm getting all the high value stuff up for Christmas last minute sales. But yeah, it is. We're a bit behind in that kind of thing, and of course we've got all this. And then the last unit, which got closed at the moment, is purely being purchased to give my ability to be able to work, more effectively, and also to store the market stuff. So it'll be interesting to see where we land in about 2 months' time by the end of the year. And of course, I'm not going to be working for a period of time. I'm going away for a good week or so. It'll be interesting. Anyway, we're going to do a pick, pack, and post. If anyone's got any questions about this, please let me know. I'll be curious to know your thoughts. I'm going to start to pull out some stuff in a minute, but it's actually been, yesterday was really good. We ended up doing $1,500 yesterday. We've had quite a few sales come through this morning. We're getting a bit of momentum again, which is great. We're back on 74,065, and I've got 14 orders to send out. And of that is a total of, it's 14. So it's not really too bad. Actually, that's not right. It's a total of 15. Yeah. So we've got 14 orders, but 15 items. So someone's got a multi-quantity item bundle there. So yeah, we've even sold one of the Pokemon posters as well, which I'll show you a little bit later. Jeez. All right, let's get this out and let's get packing. All right, photographer will be here any minute. This is the big poster, Pokemon poster going out, which went for 126, I believe it was, 123. We've got another one of these going out. That's the last one. That's another one of those sold yesterday. It's gone for 76 or 72. We've got a whole bunch of comics going out. This is from the consignment, the same guy that dropped off the stuff yesterday. Trams, comics. Got some shoes going out, bike shoes, and the rest has just really been lots of shorts and button shirts. So loving it. All right, let's get this packed up. All right, folks, postage is all done. Now just starting to sort through actually all these clothes that I got yesterday. The other stuff I'm going to do later, because I've got 3 bags of this that I need to kind of just start to make room. There's some really interesting stuff. It's pretty nothing exciting in terms of clean, but there is some interesting stuff, some vintage Jag as well, which was pretty cool. So just going through all this, see what we can find. All right, folks, we're still sorting clothes. The photographer's actually finished up early. Like me, he's also got back issues. So he's just taking it easy, which is fair enough. I said, do not overdo it, please. But he's done actually pretty good. He's only probably really here for an hour and a half, and he just did 27, so I'm happy with that. Got some good stuff done, and I'm going to continue on. I'm going to have some lunch in a minute and get all this done. We're nearly done sorting the clothes. I'm going to have a break, have some lunch, replenish, and then we'll get back to it. All right, I have sorted through everything. I've pulled out 43 pieces, probably out of 300 pieces of clothing, 200 pieces of clothing maybe. That's the stuff I'm going to go for. I've got to make an offer on it. The rest I'm going to pack up and put away, and he'll collect it later. And then we start to get on to some other stuff. Probably try and work through this. Whew. All right, we're kicking off with some shoes. Let's do it. What a day. Sorting all that clothes took a while, but it is what it is. I'll do these shoes. That's for the consignee. I'll get into some of that other stuff. I haven't really felt like I've done much today, but sometimes this is the way the days feel. Just got to go with it. All right. See you in a jiffy. All right, we're almost done. Carla's just messaged me. She's on her way from work, so I'll be leaving here soon. We nearly finished all this. These are some aircraft switches back from early 1900s, I believe. There's some interesting stuff on here. There was one here that was dated. I can't remember what it is. Just some random stuff that you just really never know what you're going to be dealing with. This one has the date, I think. Oh no, made in USA. Circuit breaker. Interesting. Some cool stuff. It'd be interesting to see if these things actually go for anything. Pretty cool. And then got a tripod, so almost done. I'm going to have to pack up all this. Got a bit of a box here to put some of the stuff in. Tomorrow, I'll just tell you now, tomorrow I will be here, but in and out because I've got 2 doctor's appointments. So I'll be coming here early in the morning after I drop Carla off, do all the things here. Then I've got a doctor's appointment, and then actually between my doctor's appointments, depending how long the first doctor appointment goes, I might have an hour to kill, so I might do a little bit of a thrift. Then I got to go to the other doctor appointment, do all that, and then I'll be coming back here after lunch. So it's a big day tomorrow. Yeah. All right, I'm going to continue on, and nearly time to pack up. All right, team, I am out of here. I'll be back here tomorrow at some stage, and I'll fill you in with what's next. We're getting through the stuff. It's not too bad, actually. So I'm happy with this. I'll have my other photographer in tomorrow, so hopefully we will finish up. They will finish all of this and finish all of this. And then we've got plenty of shorts and jeans under here. And then, yeah, still lots of stuff coming. I'm excited. All right, I'm out of here, folks. Ciao. Folks, here we are again. It is Wednesday morning, and just dropped Carla off at the station, picked up a cheeky coffee, and geez, there has been some pretty intense, crazy driving this morning. Not from me, from some other people. It's just Nuffy Town this morning. Like, I think I've nearly had one guy ram into the back of me because he was just tailgating. I nearly just got cut off then. I had another guy cut me off at coming into Macca's. Everyone's just in a rush this morning. It's just, everyone needs to calm down. All right. So today, I'm not at Backpacks. I have 2 doctor's appointments today. Just stuff working out with my leg and my back. And anyway, so heading into the unit now. It's 7 o'clock. I'll probably just focus on a little pick, pack, and post. Don't want to get too much out, and I'll probably also do some listings. I've already done 10, just because I don't want to get too much out, because hopefully my photographer should be there when I'm leaving, because I've got to leave around 9 o'clock. They should arrive so I don't have to pack everything up. So hopefully that works out. But yeah, I'll probably just do listings and yeah, pick, pack, and post. Go to the appointment. That's at 9:40. Then I'll have that appointment, which they usually run over. After that, I've then got another doctor's appointment. And that one's at 12 o'clock. So I'm probably going to have about an hour and a half, an hour to kill. So hoping to sneak in a quick little sourcing fodder video, which we'll do. And that will come out later in the week. Well, it would have already come out if it happens. And then after that, I will be back at the unit and we'll finish up for the day. And that'll probably mean some more sorting of stuff, take some photos, all that jazz. My photographer number 1 is in all day, so they should finish all the shirts today. And really, yeah, that means we'll probably be getting into some jeans and stuff later. Anyway, I'm literally just playing through my head everything. I did have a couple of questions come through from you folks, so I might even get to that this morning as well. So it's an interesting week, because after last week, with all the things that have happened, I feel like we've kind of toned down, like just things have calmed down a little bit. Sales have been Monday was incredible. Yesterday was kind of and now that Black Friday's starting, we're going to be competing even more for people's money. So we'll see what happens there. It's a new day, new opportunity. Let's see what happens, and I'll bring you along for the journey. Let's do it. All right, just been doing a little bit of admin. Just been doing my WorkSafe stuff. Just had my annual premiums to pay, etc., etc. Now I'm going to do some listings, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'll probably pull everything out before I leave for a pick, pack, and post. And I'll probably just post when I get back, because hopefully we'll have some more sales. It's been pretty quiet over the night, but it started off pretty good and then it just dropped, but that's because a lot of the sales have begun. What I did want to address was a couple of questions that have come through. I think it might have been 2 or 1. Let's have a look. And we'll chat about that very quickly. Is that a good spot? All right, what do we got here? So I had a question come through from... Actually, this wasn't a question. This came through from old mate, and he was just having a bit of a banter from some of the conversations that I was having. But he said he heard something in my voice after doing the long-awaited consolidation, which he'd been keeping me honest with, and it spoke volumes. He said, the line, we gained 4 weeks. And he said, I could hear your brain speaking, and you are so future-focused right now, and storage sheds won't keep you happy. What a surprise the 5th unit was, but at what point does the P&L tell you it's time? For a warehouse he's referring to. Little pain for huge gain. I'm not saying anything you aren't already thinking yourself. As Nike says, just do it. In the process, gain the retail space in the right location and the rocket takes off. You need to consult future Chris and have a good DM to plot it out. And he's along for the ride. Like, this gives me goosebumps talking about, because he's exactly right, and he's well experienced in the retail space. But you know, when it comes to the warehouse, I have been looking, and you're right. I mean, if I do it, there's going to be a huge hit to the P&L, right? Like at the moment, where even I do this every time. Every time I tend to increase my bottom line on the P&L, profit and loss, I tend to just go ahead and spend it again. But this financial year, we're averaging $6,000 every month profit, which is on average about a 22% net margin. Now, this month is going to be a lot lower because I've had a lot of extra expenses come through. It's just the way it is. So we're probably going to end up getting to closer to 18% average. So if we're saying 6,000, I've just increased my storage as well. That's going to go up a little bit. But at the moment for storage, I'm now going to be paying... storage is going to be about just shy of $2,000 a month. And this is where the test comes in, because for me to get a warehouse, we're probably looking about $2,500 to $3,000 a month. So essentially, I think the right time to do it is when... If I was to get a storage unit, it's going to cost me $2,500, but if I can get a warehouse and it covers all the things that I want, and it's the same price, if not maybe about 10 to 20% more, then it's going to be worth it, 100%. So, and the retail space is key, because that's where I want to absolutely, really put in some new opportunities, which actually comes to the second question. This came from Darren Stokes. He's been asking some really good questions over the last few weeks. 2 things. When you eventually take a warehouse, have you thought about a shop front at the same time? 100%. So that's actually one of the reasons why I've been delaying in getting a warehouse, because I want it to have the right location, the right place. And I know it can't be perfect, but it needs to have a retail front, because I'm allowed to do retail for a certain percentage of my business with a warehouse, which needs to have a good kind of location for people to be able to access. It needs to have office as well, because I want to be able to do some other things there. And leverage that space. And of course, I want to be I need to have about 200 meters squares. At the moment, we're sitting on, obviously we've got 5 units. We're just shy of 100 square meters at the moment. So yeah, 100%. The retail is part of the game. My plan. And then the second question that Darren Stokes asked was, do you have a routine roughly, for example, pick, pack and post in the morning and laying out your work the night before ready for the next day? 100%. It is a little bit fluid. Since Carla started working early mornings, like having to take it to the train, it's changed a little bit. But ideally, I like to have all my listings done first thing, because it's just the biggest, it's the biggest frog to eat, and get that done. And then pick, pack and post is usually the first half of the day.
and then getting into the other stuff. But now that I'm getting a bit more space, I'm able to start to put things out in places to enable me to be able to have a productive day. The good thing is that's why I've actually invested so much time and effort and money into my staff, so that they can come in and they can just photo. So even if I can't get to it because I'm sorting stock or I'm processing or I'm whatever, I'm actually still able to still make money in terms of I'm getting the main important thing done, which is getting more products photoed. And that's why I pay for that to happen, because it means it happens regardless. And that way I'm not a bottleneck. The pick, pack and post, yeah, I try and do that. If it's, less than 10, I kind of wait till after lunch, because usually by then it's more than 10. But yeah, 100% the routine. If you want me to get into that a little bit more than happy to answer more questions. But really great questions, folks. I'm excited. I am excited, and I appreciate these deep conversations that I get to have with you guys, and everyone that's watching. But yeah, thank you.
All right, team, change of plans. Just always things changing. So I guess it's not necessarily good or bad news. My appointment that was meant to be at 9:40 has now been cancelled and been pushed to 11:10. So I'm here for a bit longer. The bad news is I'm not going to go thrifting, because I was going to go thrifting between the two. So I'm just going to stay here, keep doing some work, and yeah, doesn't really change much, but just got to be fluid and dynamic. Never a dull day. All right, team, we're doing a pick, pack and post now. Have actually finished all my listings for the day as well. Actually did a few more. Ended up doing 45. So we're on 73,984. So we are actually creeping up. Sales have really dropped off, which makes sense because Black Friday has started, so we're competing with everyone's money. I've been buying plenty of goodies myself. Only got 5 orders going out. Not much, but there's one person that's pending to pay for 6 items. So hopefully that comes through today. Just got some Western shirts, more Western shirts. Some golf pants. We've got some active basketball shorts, and actually this one went for 160. This is a Patagonia puffer jacket. I think that's our Christmas present. So yeah, we'll start packing this up. We're not actually going to process the postage until this afternoon, just because I expect that I'll have a few more come through by the time I go out and come back. So alright, team, it's time to get out of here to my appointment. I've just been pulling out a few different bundles. We've got some micro machines, some transformers, bundle of cars. We've got Thomas and some other lots. Cabbage Patch, I think. Is that right? Anyway. And then we've got a whole bunch of little things here, Mondos. This guy actually surprisingly is comping at like $60. That'll probably go for 40. So they will be some things that I do when I get back. I'm going to get out of here, go to the doctor's, go to my other doctor's appointment, and then if nothing else changes, I'll be back here by 1:30 hopefully, and charge on. Alright folks, been back for a little bit, just been finishing off the postage. That's all printed off now, and now just started on doing this kind of stuff. So just doing that, just getting into it. It's already 3 o'clock actually, so don't have much time, so really just trying to get as much as done as possible, and then we'll finish off the day doing some more of the sorting of the clothes that's going out for washing tomorrow. Alright folks, this is all done now. It's crazy when when it looks so empty like this, and now all of this is going to go up on here, so that's the next plan, and that's how quick it is. This is how quick we replenish, which I absolutely love, because all of these bags have come from what we had left over in here. As you can see, they were all in here. They're all gone now. They're all under here. All the bags that were underneath, we've all gotten out. So we've got jeans, we've got shorts, and we've got some jackets. These have been doing pretty well. And then all of that is from the deal that I got the other week. On the weekend, there's about 160 pieces of clothing in there. And then this is all jeans from a few different deals that we've just been putting to the side, really. And that's just a whole bunch of sports shorts. I thought there was one more bag of sports shorts. Maybe not. Actually, that's just 20 kilos of sports shorts, I think. And then we found another bag of normal shorts, which totally forgot we had, so that's great too. Yeah, beautiful stuff. I'm here for another 30 minutes or so while I wait for Carla, and then be out of here. I'm just basically putting all these shirts into the wash, just prepping them, making a couple more bags worth. All right, team, 3 bags full. I'm out of here now. This is a pretty cool piece right here, made in USA. This is very beautiful jacket. It's actually a shacket. Got some panhandle slim in here. We've got some Levi red tab. Some beautiful stuff. I love my job. All right, I'm packing up. We're getting out of here, and to be back here tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. Just me tomorrow, so hopefully I can get into some of the electronic stuff. I'm tired. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday, and it's actually a little bit earlier. We're actually before 7. It's 6:58. Haven't gone to Macca's, but have dropped off Carla. I've got a little protein shake here. I'm actually not going to Macca's for the next few days, just because I'm on some new medication for my back, and they suggested probably don't want to mix it with coffee, so that's okay. Today, Thursday, it's going to be a beautiful day. There's a lot just going on in my mind, so I'm just working through some things with my back at the moment. So today I'm going to have to try a few different things. They want me to kind of just see how I go and what was flaring on my back. So I might actually do some photos of clothing today. I don't have my photographer number 2 in today, so I might do that and just, yeah, give it a run for its money, see how it's going. I've got to finish my listings. I've done 20 already. We have a pick, pack and post. It's been quiet as dead quiet. Hopefully it's going to pick up tomorrow, because tomorrow eBay has their funded coupon for 22% off, which kicks off tomorrow. So hopefully that's why it's quiet today, because people are holding off. Maybe not. We have a washing pickup. That's probably at about 9:15. We have, what else do we have? Yeah, and then I'm just probably trying to get through as much as possible. I will be leaving a little bit earlier today. Got to run some errands, and then picking up Carla, and I've got to go get my new shoes for my heel issues, and yeah, then we're going out for dinner, which will be good. So big day, long day, but you know, wouldn't have it any other way either. So appreciate you all guys tuning in. If you are watching these videos completely, it does mean the world to me, so thank you. All right, let's get in there and get the day cracking. All right, team, we're here. I'm going to get the postage ready. I'm going to get the laundry ready first, just so that I don't have to worry about that. So we'll put that on these 2 trolleys. We've got 10 bags going out today, majority of it being Ralph Lauren. And then I'll probably do, I don't know if I'm going to do photos straight away. Maybe I should. I still got to do the listings, so a whole bunch of different things. I'm not going to do pick, pack and post till a bit later, because there isn't much there, to be honest. And the other thing that I realized I got to do today is got to start to see what wins we can make with the space in here. So always plenty to do. All right, all done. Some interesting stuff in here. There's a seersucker as well. Majority of this is Ralph Lauren. There is another bag of some Western and some denim jackets, and I think there was a mixed bag of some women's stuff in here as well, dresses and linen. So yeah, not too bad. That's ready to go. Next thing, I'll get some of these tables out. All right, we are going to do some photos. Get this out of the way, give it a good test. So for me, I'm going to focus on, well, I'll do whatever's here, and then I don't know, I've got a few options. I've got pants and I've got jackets. I might do the jackets. I know photographer number 1 doesn't like always doing these, so we'll see how we go. Let's do it. Alright team, I've done 25 items, 3 boxes worth, and just uploading the photos. The laundry lady's about to arrive. I'm actually, my back feels pretty good.
I'm probably feeling it more in my feet, to be honest, which is good to see where the pain is. Anyway, I'm going to go do the washing. I'll probably do a few other activities, and then I might do some more photos just to continue to see how things are. But yeah, not too bad. It's getting warm in here though. I'm just uploading these photos. Alright, let's go do the washing. Alright, washing has been picked up. I've now got to just pull out some stuff. I've got someone to pick up the rest of, so the guy that I'm doing the consignment work with and the clothing that I buy, he's just coming around. I'll give him back the stuff I didn't take, and yeah, I got to pay him for this, so I'm just going to get that stuff out ready so it's all good to go. We'll move on to the next task. Alright team, just been doing some listings, and also I'm starting to choose some of these phones. I'm actually just going to do a pick, pack and post right now. I've already picked everything out, so we'll get cracking on that. It's dead quiet. It's absolutely ridiculous, super frustrating, and I'm saying, like, this is the reality of it. We're sitting on, and this doesn't get easier, like, I'm just really speaking my mind here. We're sitting on 73,994. So really, it's not that bad. Like, we're doing amazing. We've got 10 sales, and here I am seeing people doing 30, 40, 50 sales a day. Now they are ahead of me. They're probably sitting on a $90,000 to $100,000 total. So they are at a different level. But what I get frustrated by for myself, good for them, is that we're doing all this work. So what am I doing wrong that doesn't get me to that level? And that's what I keep asking myself. And I have to list more. I think sometimes it's my pricing being, I can't necessarily go too low because I have a higher cost of good, or I have a higher overhead cost. So there's a few things like that. And these are all the things that I really try and nut into each year to try and figure out how do we level up, because we've gone from doing $45,000 every 90 days at the start of this year to now we're basically sitting on about 73, 74, 75,000 every 90 days. We've done that in a year. So what can I do in 2025? Got to make some more big changes. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Let's start packing, and we've got mainly lots of Western stuff, a couple of jumpers, some shirts. There is another train set at the back there. That's pretty much it. All right, we've been doing, we did all the cameras actually, they're all done now. These have all been checked, put into the different categories. Those ones are the only ones to be done. Just finished up those ones, and just had another drop off of clothing, which don't think I'm going to sort till tomorrow, but we did get all this. Couldn't help myself, had to have a look. Started to look through, there's some interesting stuff in here, that's for sure. Won't be going through it all today. I need to make some space. But yeah, it's good to see that there's some good variety. I love it. And there's still, but none of this is crazy, but it's all good bread and butter, and we get it pretty cheap, so it does all right. Some interesting things in here. Some vintage Roger David, some Old Country Road. They should do all right. All right, team. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm so tired. I don't know if it's because of the medication. The medication's meant to keep me awake actually, but I feel tired, and it might be because I've been doing so much to see how my back is going, and back's feeling good. I am feeling fatigued though. So yeah, I'm packing up. I've got to go. I'm actually going for a thrifts for a video, and then I got to go run a couple of errands before I pick colour up. So I figured let's do another little time box episode. I'm just uploading the photos for John, my lister. We did 25 clothes, and we did 15 non-clothing. So I'm happy with that. And that was all cameras and iPods and one bundle of phones. I've got all the phones now ready to be photoed. I'll probably hopefully try and do that tomorrow. That's the iPhones. And then I'll do Samsung's probably next week, I think. Oh, I'm exhausted. Right, I'm packing up and getting out of here. Folks, it is Friday, just like that, and it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be 35 degrees. It's already about 22. It's 9 o'clock, bit of a late start today. Well, late start in terms of getting out. Got up early, did my listings, been doing some admin, had to do my personal budget, did a few other little things like that. Got ahead, was finishing up some podcast admin as well. And now we've got to go to our
one of our local PO boxes, local post office boxes, and I've got a whole bunch of packaging supplies, not for mailing, but just our garment bags that we use. They had a Black Friday sale, so I got 30% off. So I stocked up on 4,000 of them, which is definitely going to be needed as we continue to ramp up. So at this point, we're listing about 800 clothing a month and 1,000 items a month in general. Like, so non-clothing is the 200 delta. So yeah, really need that. We've still probably got about 1,000 in stock. So that should get me about, for the next 6 months really, cover us, which I probably should have got more, to be honest, but they actually was, I bought them out. There was none left. So yeah, so I gotta go pick up that, and I got a few other things at the post office as well. And then we're going into the shop. It's a bit of a big day today because I wanted to do the shuffle. I wanted to start to clear out some space. I've got phones that I want to list. I've got clothing to sort. There's so many things. So I really just got to work out what do I want to spend my time doing. And then I've got to do a pick, pack and post. It's been dead quiet. It's just dead. And I'm expecting, today's Black Friday. So at 10 a.m. today, it puts their 22% store-wide, assuming that you've opted into it, sale. 22% off if you're an eBay Plus member, or 20% if you're not. So I'm hoping the reason why the sales are slow is because people have just been holding out for that. So let's hope we see some crazy stuff over the weekend. So yeah, I can't remember how many orders are there, but there's probably 12, 10 maybe. I've got to leave early today as well. I have another deal pickup, surprise. My usual weekly one that I haven't done for a couple of weeks. That's at 3:30. Got to be a bit early, and then I'm picking up Carla. Then we're going into the city. We're away again this weekend. That's actually more so for our anniversary, even though we were out last night. But we're going to the city. She's got something on Saturday anyway. So just going to one of our favorite Italian places. And just enjoying the weekend. It's going to be hot though, so we are taking the bikes, but we'll see if we actually end up doing any riding, because it's going to be 35 today and tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's a big day. Not a lot of time. My photographer will be in from the afternoon, so they'll do the second half of the day. Yeah, lots happening. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, team, I am here. I've just been doing my video for the stuff I picked up at the thrift the other day. Here's a sneak peek of some stuff. This comes out next Saturday, so you'll see all this. Some really good stuff here. We got all of this for like, I think it was 55 bucks, 58 bucks. And look, all these, I've sold these before back in the day for big dollars. It was a really good run. Just one shop, 30-minute wonder kind of style. I've actually just been on the phone call with a new business that I'll be partnering with to actually do some stuff together, which was pretty exciting. And this is what I love about the game, is when you have conversations with people, you can just build some great opportunities. And I don't know if you guys remember, it's in the other unit, I don't have it open, but remember there was a whole bunch of the clothing stuff that I said that I was going to be, I sent to a rag house and I get paid for. That's kind of taken a bit of a weird turn because it just wasn't working out. And I've now found another business. Now they will charge me for it per kilo, but I actually ran the math and it actually works out so much better. And I want to take you through this. Give me a second, I'll just sit down and I'll take you through it. All right, so this might get a little bit too nerdy, but this is the way I'm looking at it. So at the moment, if I go through the route of selling my clothing waste to a recycler and they're going to pay me per kilo, it works out that they're going to basically be paying me 19 cents per kilo. So if it's 100 kilos, they're going to give me 19 bucks. However, if I was to pay someone for this, and it looks like it's probably going to be $3 a kilo. It probably will be less than this, but let's just go with that for the scenario. Let's say I have 100 kilos of clothing that I need to take in, and they're charging me $3. So that's $300 they're going to charge me. The beauty of this is they're actually going, there's going to be a level of GST within this, $27.27, which is obviously higher than the money coming into my pocket. So rather than taking in a revenue and then having to pay GST on that revenue of $19, I'm actually going to be, yes, I have to spend $300. It brings my my expenses up
but it brings my profit down. But it's for a good reason. And I'm building a partnership and being able to work with this new business. But I also get $27 worth of credits back into my GST. Now, my goal with the GST game is, and this is not financial advice, this is just the way I operate, is I'm trying to keep my ratio of GST to less than 1. And what the ratio is essentially, for instance, your GST ratio is your GST you paid on revenue versus your GST paid on expenses. So for instance, if your GST ratio, if you have $10,000 of GST you paid on revenue, and then you divide that by the GST that you paid on expenses, which is 5,000, it's going to be 2. So if it's greater than 2, that means you're most likely going to have to pay extra money to the government. You're going to have to pay more. So it indicates that you are collecting more GST than you are paying, resulting in a net GST payable to the ATO. If the ratio is 1, right, it's very rare, but it means it's a net. It evens out. What I'm trying to achieve is a ratio of less than 1. And what that means is that as I'm paying more GST on expenses than collecting from sales, because my expenses are high, it leads to a GST refund, which means I get money back in my pocket every quarter when I pay my BAS statement. And at the moment, as of Q1 of FY25, my ratio, I just did the math, is 0.66. So I actually got paid back a certain amount of money into my account, into my tax account, which just helps earn interest, and it also means that I can use it for the next payments that I have to do with the ATO. So I think this is actually going to be a more viable option because I don't have that much clothing every so often, but as I scale, I'm going to have a lot more. And this actually opens up a huge more range of opportunities that I think will play better off in maybe the next 12 to 24 months as I work with this new business. So we'll see where it goes. I'm just sharing my ideas. I'm excited. More on this to come. But this is the way you have to do it. You have to think outside the box. But for me, I did not want to pay, and I had that conversation with them. After I chatted to them, I then played it back in my head and I said, actually, it's going to be better for them to charge me than for me to take in money, because I'll end up, it'll end up being a win-win for me. I'm supporting another business, and I think in the longer run, I'll get more opportunities out of it that will be a better benefit. So that's that. All right, what am I doing? I've got to put some things on charge. My photographer will be in at 1 o'clock, so make sure that's all set up. I'm probably going to do a pick, pack and post, just get that out of the way. And then we're probably going to start on some stuff in here. And I also need to sort those other clothes as well. So let's do it. All right. So in terms of sales, how you doing down there? It's totally dead. We're on 73,164 and we've got 12 sales to go out. So yeah, not much. We do have quite a lot of Ralph Lauren. That's Ralph Lauren. There is another 3 Ralph Lauren there. All to different customers. We've got some skirts going out too. We have this little fella going out, and we've got the Pearl Jam. He's gone for 52, I think it was. And we also sold the first laptop bundle that I've been doing with my new business-to-business customer, which went for, I think it was just shy of $200. Usually, if I was selling them myself, I'd only be getting between 40 and 60. So that's a huge ASP elevation. Of course, I'm splitting some of that with someone, but it's a great way to build some extra revenue and opportunities. Pack it up. All right, geez, it's dark. Postage is done. I'm going to do some listings now, some photos. That's what I mean, photos, not listings. We're going to do all the mobile phones. We're going to do all the iPads and the iPhones that we did yesterday. Get that done, and then we'll start on the other stuff. I'm either going to do this or sort the clothing. I feel like I might sort the clothing, just because it can probably go into the washing. Although that will make me feel good. Maybe we'll do both. We'll see. Let's get these photos done and get cracking on. Alright team, moved on to iPads now. I've actually done some laptops as well. Figured I may just keep going while I'm on a groove. Got to leave here in less than an hour, so I'm not going to be doing any of the clothes, not doing any shuffling. I guess that's next week's problem. Alright team, I'm out of here. I'll give you a recap in the car. Or the van, I should say. Woo! All right, that's a wrap of the week, and the week started off pretty
pretty full on. Like we had crazy sales, we had that big day, and we've had lots of moving pieces this week, of course, but it's all a bit of a blur, and I kind of say this every week, but I think I've got a little bit of frustration, and this is a common thing, you know, it seems to pop up every 3 to 4 weeks, and then it's all good, and then it comes back, it's super duper frustrating when to be consistent on eBay, that consistency will mean that there's going to be days where it's like you don't even exist to eBay. That's consistent, and it's super annoying because here I am trying to build, and when you have these odd days, it makes it very hard to determine what is going on, and then I'll have the weeks where I'm absolutely blowing it out of the water, and you know, it makes up for those dips. So it is okay, but I'll be honest, it never ever gets easier with the headspace on it, but you just got to charge on. So you know, that's really where my head's at right at this point in time, and I'm also getting into a headspace of, you know, starting to think about what can I start to change as we move into 2025 that I want to really freshen up in the business. And I will be again, I mean, so when I went away last year, so I'm going away for probably a good week this year. I went away for 6 weeks last time. I did some really good planning around, you know, how I'm going to elevate the business, pricing changes, just my model changes, all that. I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I'm going to run some numbers on some different things that I'm going to try. I think one thing at the moment that is becoming very present is there's a lot of competition in my space. I knew that. It's not that I didn't know that, but the lesson for this week is I'm seeing more and more people getting into a lot more of the same stuff, which is fair game, and it's probably again revealing to me that because I'm trying to build the metrics to cover my overheads, it's making it very difficult to be able to retain that. Now, that said, we have weeks where we're absolutely killing it, and then we have weeks like this week where each day's gotten worse. I'm sitting on one sale at the moment. I've done $79, and you know, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So that is a big challenge, and it's very frustrating. Oh geez, the drivers are just absolutely nuts around here. Sorry. So lessons for this week is we charge on. We're not going to stop. We're not going to slow down. You know, we've had the storage unit this week, obviously another expense, and that's not getting necessarily its return on investment this week, but it has enabled me to have a bit more ability to be productive and a bit more efficient. So I really need to do some thinking. I'm away this weekend, and I might even spend some time thinking about it then, of just a few more little tweaks that I want to do over the next, you know, 5 weeks, 6 weeks for the end of the year, just to test a few things out in ensuring that I am getting the most out of the business. Yeah. I think the other lesson for this week is there's lots happening in my business which is requiring me a lot, and the beauty is I don't have to worry about doing the photos because I've got that happening, you know, 9 out of 10 times always. However, I'm still getting pulled in lots of different directions, and I'm not actually being able, this week I didn't get a lot of time to do above and beyond of doubling down. So the idea is when I have someone else doing photos for me, I want to be able to be leveraged doing lots of photos and really getting ahead, so we can make it very consistent that I can start listing more than 40 a day. So that's been a bit of a teething thing for this week that I've noticed, and that I need to just stay on top of to make sure that that doesn't become a constant issue. Because yeah, I've got a lot of stock that I need to process, sort through, work through, and because I've been having to do so many other different things, and I'm still doing a bit of shuffling, I haven't been able to really feel that I've gotten my return on my time investment this week. So yeah, I think this week there's just lots of things that I've noticed, lots of things that I need to play back and really think about, jot down, and see if there's a little bit of an opportunity to rediscover some opportunities there. I'm really just speaking my mind at this point. This is all just coming straight off the cuff. Didn't plan for these lessons, didn't plan for this is what I was going to say. I'm literally just playing it back to myself. But I mean, all in all, like, you know, where if we do get some good sales come through later today, we are still doing average. So like, it's really not that bad. And so I want to make that very clear that it's not that bad. It's just frustrating when I'm not seeing the consistency of good versus really good or increase, because that's what I'm pushing for, right? I want to continue to grow it. So I'm still trying to solve that little problem. But we charge on. We're still doing around $73,000, $74,000 every 90 days. I need to keep that, retain that, and then build upon that. So yeah, I'm just going to think if there's anything else. I think the other lesson for this week is, now that I've just had a moment of thinking through it all, is this week I've actually had a lot of other appointments on and things that have taken me away from the business, with my back and my feet, and I've had a few other appointments. And you know, I think maybe I'm being too hard on myself. I don't know. But you know, that's the reality of it. Some weeks you're gonna feel like you've done amazing things. Like last week was super high week in terms of the market. That was exciting. Got the new storage unit, the business is growing. Whereas then after all that, this week it just hasn't had that, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's just a different kind of week. But now when I reflect on it, it's like, really the only thing I got to do, and this will resonate with a lot of you, is just got to take action. Like, I just got to jot down what are the things that I got to do to get myself back into formalities, into process, into routine, and do it. That's all I got to do. It's just take some action, get the points right, get it in the right order. There's a whole bunch of things that I got to do next week, and I think that's what the priority will be. Is I'm going to make a good action plan for next week, and like let's do massive action again. I think that's what really needs to be done here. So that's that. What I'm going to do is, once again on the other side of this intersection, I'm going to take you through the financials quickly, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so once again, I'm not going to really get to film this on Sunday because we're going away. We'll be away till Sunday afternoon. So what I'm going to give you is basically where we ended up with the week, how we're tracking for the dollars, how we ended up doing. I think we'll be above our weekly target. That's not a problem. But whether we end up being very, above that weekly target is another question. In terms of the month, we're actually, at the time of me last looking, we were probably either in the negative or breaking even, because I just paid all my expenses this week. I had the extra storage unit. I've had to pay some, postage supplies. I paid my postage. I paid a whole bunch of different things. So those expenses were obviously very heavy. So now it's really between now and the end of the month, which isn't really much. It's like 9 days. Ideally, we need to be just smashing through getting as much revenue and profit as much as possible. And I feel like this month's going to be a bit of a low one, which makes sense because we had to do the investment of all the, I think, some of the extra expenditure that we had to do this month should play out and average out over the next 6 months. So it'll make its time back, but yeah, it will definitely be a low one. So you'll have a look and you'll see that. But these are the things that are on my mind. Like, we're doing great. Things are okay. There's lots of things still to fix though. Lots of opportunities happening. Still need to get that bottom line better, and it's ups and downs of roller coasters. I mean, that is essentially the TLDR of this video. If you didn't watch the entire video, like that's basically how it is. Things are great, but then there's a lot of suck. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of opportunities coming. It's a roller coaster ride. So that's that. If you've got any questions, comments, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.